I've said it before and I'll say it again. Apex Legends is just as much about movement as it is about gun skill. One without the other, and you're only going to make it so far before you plateau. So today, I want to talk about 3 different strafing styles that are going to help you while ADSing and mostly while hip firing in close range engagements. First things first, we're going to talk about infinity strafing. This is something that might be called spam crouching or crouch spamming or whatever, but I call it infinity strafing. So from a crouch position, preferably while hip firing, you're going to stand up, and then you're going to crouch and move to the side, stand up again once that crouch ends, and move back. It's going to create this infinity symbol. If you you can picture, it's kind of boxy, but you get the idea. Now, you can switch this up because it is going to become slightly predictable after a few movements in a fight. So you can do this, go back to your original position, and go left and do this, creating 3 different standing points. While infinity strafing, you want to be close to your opponent if you're hip firing. I'm 5 meters away from this dummy, and I would say 10 meters is probably the furthest away that you want to be if you're hip firing. The benefit here is while hip firing, you have maximum strafe speed no matter what gun you're using, as long as you're not ADSing. So if you're going to use, in my instance, a thumbstick, and fire while infinity strafing, you're getting really quick movement. If your enemy is relying on ADSing with an assault rifle or an LMG, they're going to have very slow speed, so they're going to be moving much slower left and right, and even if your shots aren't hitting exactly on point, they may even walk into those shots while you remain harder to hit. And while most people have their ADS speed set to a slower speed than their movement speed, you're going to be harder to hit for that reason as well. Another strafing method and a great place to start is just circle strafing. And as you might assume, it's just you walking in a circle. If you do this while firing, you can stay on target pretty easily, and you're still moving enough that you're going to be harder to hit, although it may not be as effective as infinity strafing. One thing to keep in mind is I have auto run enabled, so you might pick up like this when you start firing, and it'll take a second for you to take your gun out. So if you're going to, try to do it in small circular movements so that it's not enabling auto run quite as often, so that you're not putting your gun away. I've affectionately named this last method the fancy pants strafe because it took me a little while to get used to, and it is a slightly more complex movement, but especially on controller, it's not going to be as difficult as you think. Give it a shot, try it a few times in game, and you're going to see that it's not too difficult. Okay, let's give this a shot. What you're going to do is run, jump, and then while in the air, tap your crouch button, and then from that point on, it's going to do the rest of the work for you. All you have to focus on is your right thumbstick and aiming. So watch this. You're going to run, jump, slide, and then turn and start hip firing. It's going to continue that slide for you, and you're going to look like you just came out of nowhere. It's going to be very difficult to hit you. All right, let's give it a shot. What you're going to do is run in the direction of your opponent, jump, and then press the crouch button while it... No, I didn't want this here.